Welcome to another day of Get It Girl. On today's show, we have sensuality mentor, Shan Sally.
And we got joined by our favorite recurrent guest, Clarise Wildflower, and Latina entrepreneur, Katherine Johnson.
So don't you dare move from where you are,
because Get It Girl is about to start.
She redefined the concept of sensuality and leads men and women to emotional freedom through it. Please welcome my close friend, Shan Sally.
Woo!
Hello.
Hi, Gia.
Oh my God, you're just sensuality all over. Your energy just exudes it. But explain it to people, because a lot of people mistake it with sexuality.
Oh yeah.
Especially nowadays. And I learned it through you. She's actually she's my personal coach of sensuality. So I'm just like so honored to have you here. But please share, elaborate on the sensuality difference between that and sexuality.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And you know, really, I think there is such a misconception about sexuality and sensuality. Really, the difference is that sensuality is your capacity to feel, just fully feeling all of your emotions, right? Because sexuality is really more focused on pleasure, and it's much more focused on the physical aspect of connection, where sensuality will help you to actually connect through all of your emotions, the good and the bad. And why do we want to feel the bad, you would think?
Yeah, why?
So here's the way how feelings work, right? So when you have the capacity to feel, whether it's good or bad, you feel in general. So you can't selectively numb your feelings. You either feel or you don't feel.
Yes.
And in order to embrace your sensuality, you really have to have the capacity to feel everything. So because of that, when you numb the pain, you also numb the joy and the bliss. And this is why, like, our society in general now is so just pleasure driven, right?
Pain-free. Instant pleasure.
Pain-free culture, you know, we just want it good and we don't want to feel anything negative. And if the minute you feel something bad, it's like, well, here, take a pill, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or drink this.
Or eat this.
Yeah,
Right?
It's interesting because I grew up in a country where sensuality is not like, for example, Caribbean. So I have the Caribbean side of me where Cuba is very sensual in every aspect. How you talk, how you walk, whatever, food, it's sensual, passionate. For some in Sweden, it's not really, it's very straightforward. And so
it's sexual.
Yeah, the sensual. So it's very hard for Europeans in general to see the difference of what is sensual or sexual. For example, a lot of guys from Germany, I'm not gonna name drop, they travel to Cuba because they feel like the women are sexual, but they don't see the difference of sexual and sensual. They're very sensual, but that doesn't mean that they will get right in the bed with you and just please you sexually.
Correct, but because they're not one and the same.
Yeah.
But because of that, you know, we have confused the two. So sexuality has become synonymous with sensuality, right? So here's the question. So how then do we tap into our sensuality versus staying and focused on being sexual? I mean, it's okay to want pleasure, but sexuality will be the byproduct of sensuality. Meaning you will feel the pleasure if you're willing and able to have feelings.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. I mean, people need to understand also why it's important. I think, you know, you taught me this. If you don't have the sexuality, when it's painful, you could think like this is okay. But sometimes painful sex is not great. And if you are connected to those feelings and the sensuality side of you, this is where it can start to affect you, correct?
Absolutely. Because we also have to set proper boundaries for ourselves, emotional boundaries. So sexuality really could happen without those boundaries. You know, this is the reason why a lot of women, I feel, can't vocalize what they want sexually, because they're actually not in touch with their sensuality.
So how can you explain that to a woman that doesn't know, like, or a man? How can you explain sensuality, like the two difference?
Yes.
In a basic way.
Yes. So sensuality is your capacity to feel. It's just your capacity to feel fully everything that you're feeling. And usually for men, when you ask them how they're feeling, they'll tell you what they're thinking.
Yes.
There you go.
That is so, or what they're doing. Like, I'm feeling great. I've had a great day. Da 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 da.
And they will give you a narrative. But here's the thing: we live our social construct is such that women actually do the same now as well.
Yeah.
Because we've been numbing our feelings because we live in a society where emotions are just not safe to express.
Yeah, we're afraid of expressing.
Right. So as little boys, a lot of men, when they were boys, were raised to not feel, not express their feelings, because it's impossible for us as human beings to have no feelings. So, boy or girl. So as children, we have all of these emotions, and when you watch little children, 2-year-old toddlers, they just readily express how they're feeling, good or bad. They feel all the way into it, and then it's let go, almost like an animal. When an animal is in fight or flight, they'll go through the motion, but then they'll walk away. After being chased by a tiger, they'll just walk away and start drinking water like it's nothing, because it's been felt through and it leaves the body. So what happens to our emotions that we don't feel, they get trapped inside the body.
God, and that's what you're now teaching people. Tell us about your retreat, where they can find you. Shan, it's shansally.com, correct?
Yes.
And how you're now doing it tell us about your services, like one-on-one. I know you have the retreat in Peru.
Yes. So I do one-on-one sessions with my clients, and I'm actually also in the process of moving this online to an online course, because I want to share this work with everybody. And at the retreat, I will share with you very practical tools to tap into.
And a lot of it is going to be like the
sensuality.
breath work. I think that's the most important thing when people are like,
Yes.
how do I get there? It's a lot of breathing, you guys.
There's breathing, lots of breathing involved.
So much more. And unfortunately, we're out of time, though.
Thank you, Shan, for coming and joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And guys, stay with us because we'll be right back.
Our next guest is Powerhouse Latina, co-founder of Hispanicize and founder of Influenser.com. Please welcome Katherine Johnson.
Ooh.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
I know, we can't wait to hear just like how you were inspired to want to take that leap of faith to go and produce the Hispanicize. I spoke at it, by the way, too. I love the event. I love it.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, so Hispanicize, started, over 10 years ago, and it first began kind of thinking a lot of things were being talked about back then, bloggers. We didn't even have the term influencer or creator.
I know, right?
And everyone was just blogging, and kind of media, who we always worked with in the PR and marketing side, was kind of questioning, what is this blogger thing? What is it?
I know, they didn't take it seriously about 2 years ago.
They did not take it seriously. So we decided to do this event that was called the PR Conference for Bloggers, like a name that now sounds like so corny and dated. But then we realized a lot of people were interested, and then, it just grew from 100 attendees to the next year 300, then to 1,000. It was just just became this movement as social media began to, pick up, and the new media really became influencers, which are known as now, right?
Yeah.
As everybody went on social, because back then there was no Facebook and Instagram. So then, so that was I say my past life. I haven't been working there, for a while now. But then after I left, I was there 10 years and was doing that. I always felt there was a need there's still this need that brands need, to connect with these people who I call influencers, now. But my company now is pronounced a little different. It's Influencer.
Oh, okay.
And it comes from, yo soy, tú eres, nosotros somos.
Okay.
Because I am, you are, and we are all influencers, because now it's kind of, everybody that really has social media right now is an influencer.
Correct.
Where before it was more, you open a YouTube account because you want to be a YouTube creator, right?
That's how I started, was just a YouTube creator.
And that's what you are. But you are now a host, a journalist, a producer,
Instagram
but you
blogger too.
But you're an influencer.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyone, if you're an artist, you own a store, you do makeup, but you open your channel, you're an influencer.
Yes.
You're influencing people's decisions, you're influencing retail transactions, and so the way we come in, Influencer, how it works is not only educating the public about the Latinx influencers, because I feel in general market, it's very known.
Very, yeah.
Very known and very supported, and the budgets are there from brands. And then you come in the Hispanic world and you think, where are those budgets when we're 1.9 trillion in purchasing power?
Exactly.
Wow. But then, it's not reflecting and the opportunities we're getting, right? So that's where I come in, where I'm working on educating the brands that we Latinos are, powerful, we have purchasing power, and we need to be taken as seriously as general market influencers are.
Exactly.
And just provide this platform that showcases our talent.
That's amazing. And do you work with a lot of like females, or do you work with both males and female, millennials?
I work with both male and females. Okay. So I do, try to emphasize, giving a lot of opportunities to Latinas, but there are a lot of male influencers who are also, amazing and, needed.
And you're educating them on how to, I negotiate my contracts. I have a management team with Univision. They have like a creator network.
Yeah, I've worked with them.
But also, are you also educating them? Because I have the negotiating background from having negotiated personal training contracts in the past. So I feel confident, but I know a lot of influencers that are like, I don't want to even talk about money. I'm like, yo, you can't be afraid to ask for that money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So are you educating them on how to do that?
And that's also what we're doing. So my background that comes from doing events. So we would do panels on this. So we would do panels on how to negotiate with, how to do your taxes as a freelancer, how to, ask for what you deserve to get paid.
Good.
Yeah.
And I noticed that with the event, you got to travel, book your flight, go to a conference. A lot of people can't even afford to do that.
A lot of spending.
A lot of spending and a lot of time, right? Which time is money.
Yes.
Where you need to take off a week from work, you need to get a nanny if you have children. So influencers providing, where we're going to be launching in March, like panels online.
So that's the new project?
Yes. So
tell
our
us a
new
little bit more
initiative
about that.
will be kind of like doing virtual summits, where we do, like a panel where we have these specialists that talk about that. Since I know people at brands, I know managers, I know influencers, I'm like bringing them all together to have this showcase, to give opportunity to people that are just starting out to be educated, because we want more Latinx influencers, right?
Yes.
So I want a resource to help them grow and become more known.
And not to be taken advantage of, because you have
power.
power. But I think a lot of Latinos, we are so afraid. I heard this from like executives from Me Too, that women were afraid to ask for more money.
Oh yeah.
The men will ask for more money. The Latino men are like, nah, we heard this person got paid. But I think women, we need to especially maybe sharing it throughout us. These conversations are so important, I think, because we need to be able to ask for money. We need to know our own worth.
Yeah. And what's interesting that you bring this up. So when I worked at Hispanicize for 10 years, I was always pitched, people that want to speak.
Yeah.
And then I would sometimes get told, there's a lot of men in that panel. And I promise you, we would try so hard to book women, but we would get 50,000 times more men submitting
because they have
women,
more confidence.
because they have more confidence.
Yes.
And not only that, they would submit and then follow up and call me. Where the women would just once follow up and never.
Yes.
And I would always tell people, like, we need to empower ourselves and not be scared to ask.
And I think it starts with building that strong social circle of Latinas, because you can't do this alone, girls. We really have to support each other and share with each other what we're making, even too, which is very vulnerable for a lot of us.
It is.
We need to drop that ego, you guys. Well, thank you so much, Katherine, for joining us, for educating us.
So interesting.
And we're going to take a real quick break, but we'll be right back.
She's an iconic guest and definitely a wild one. You know who I'm talking about. Please welcome Clarise Wildflower.
Hi. Oh my God. The Wildflower.
The Wildflower. It just opened up like a flower.
Oh my God. Do not gas me up unless you're going to press that pedal, okay?
So you're here to talk about fashion.
Yes.
Tell us about your story.
So I just came back from literally every fashion week. So Milan, New York, Paris, the collections were amazing, and I was actually very surprised by some of the trends. So I thought, what better way to share what's up and coming, latest stuff than on Get It Girl?
Yeah.
And with two of my favorite girls. So.
I know. Tell us about the sacrifice. We were just talking about my outfit. I can't breathe or move in this, but it is so cute. Right?
Right.
It's
and
fire.
Hello.
Fire.
Look at how amazing Gia looks.
Right?
I think it's worth a few less breaths.
Yeah.
if you're staying alive, like as long as you can eat saltines, it's fine.
Exactly.
I've eaten like 10 without breathing. So,
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, you can just eat the crackers.
Yes, but tell us,
tell us now.
what does it take right now to be in style?
As you know, the market is saturated. Everyone's out there making their own line. Bruno, whatever he's doing, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but he's not at this level yet. And to get to this level, you have to be like, you know, innovative.
Yes.
It's
so
not only
hard to be innovative with everybody created everything already, right?
Like, and like, oh, like you can't just like put ruffles on something or some type of pattern. Like it has to be legit. So one of the newest things out of Paris is actually the adult diaper.
Wow.
The adult diaper.
Oh my
God. These are cute though.
Yes.
The polka dots.
What brand is this?
Yes. This is actually Givenchy.
Givenchy?
Yeah.
Can you turn around a little?
Cute.
You gotta show. You gotta pop that booty and show a little bit of butt cheek there.
Which camera am I on?
There. Twerk.
So my point is, it's flexible, it's super breathable, and it's kind of a surprise. Because right now you'd think like, oh my God, she's naked, right? Like she's gonna expose herself, but then, oops.
Oh, you're not.
And I can go to the freaking bathroom.
No, you didn't.
Oh God.
So it's like, hello. Not only am I not naked, I'm ready to go poo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
But are they? Can you wash them, or is it just one time?
totally machine washable, like the most advanced sweat wicking technology. So all the liquid,
so you can recycle
it just goes right away in the wash.
Wow.
Amazing.
And you know, if it's a number 2, you just kind of
So eco-friendly. These are really eco-friendly.
very eco-friendly. Yeah, you can bury them, and actually an olive tree will come up from the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So once you're done, you bury them. Olive tree, olives.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The earth gives
olives.
back bounty. It's bountiful. Yeah.
I love it. And I heard that velvet is back in. Is that
Velvet is
true?
back. Yes. Not only on furniture, ladies. It is in, and you know, honestly, like those juicy jumpsuits, that whole thing, like that really, like everyone wants to be comfortable anymore, you know?
Yes.
And we're tired of seeing the same old sweats. So like, let's get some velvet in there, you know?
Yeah. And what about colors? Like what colors in right now?
Okay, so there were a lot of pinks and yellows and sort of like brighter, you know, because it was the fall collection. So usually those are darker, but I think, you know, some brighter, you know, flowers. I think I'm inspiring maybe some designers.
Oh, you are?
Some brighter flowers are
Yeah.
coming out now. Yeah. So like more pinks and yellows.
Nice.
And even, you know, see the little designs on my shirt here.
Yes.
Because some custom drawings too. You know, everyone's just kind of DIY. It's very in right now. Everyone wants to draw and express themselves creatively. So, you know, even if you have an idea, like go ahead, you know, grab a shirt, grab a dress, draw on it, like write something.
Wow.
I love that.
You know?
Like a message.
Great,
Right
yeah.
now, I love wearing shirts with positive messages on them.
Yeah,
like a
like-
positive word or like.
People want to relate and they want to feel good.
Or like having your kid painting on them, you know?
Oh my God,
That's like
yes.
very unique.
Wow.
A kid painting on shirts, you gotta do that.
Oh my God. Well, honey, there are child labor laws. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yes. There is now. Even on YouTube,
But what if
they've
you
gotten so
pay?
strict.
What if you pay
Oh my
them?
God,
What if you pay them?
Oh my God.
No, if you pay the kids.
She's like,
Oh, that's even worse.
no, they've gotten so strict.
God.
Even on YouTube,
Really?
any content that you create on YouTube with children,
I
it's
thought you
getting
liked
flagged.
children.
I do like children.
You have beautiful eyes.
I want, thank you.
But
You
now
don't seem
children
like,
are
you don't seem
having-
like you'd hurt children.
I don't hurt children. I'm just
my
saying,
God.
oh my God, you give me such a
But
hard
children now
time.
are creating their own brands.
They are.
I mean,
That's what I'm
Literally.
saying.
Oh my God, yeah, oh yeah, that's totally what you were saying. Right, artifacts, oh my God. Stop. You know we have the same
like
hair,
you.
right?
Maybe,
Yeah.
kinda.
kinda.
Oh my God, you're right. Mine's a little better. Okay, so I want to know what inspires you two and who are your fashion. Oh my God, artifacts is so bad.
She's like,
I don't want to talk to you right now.
Man, what inspires me?
sorry.
I love colors.
You love
I'm very
colors.
like bright.
Well, yeah, hello.
I know, right?
It's red.
I know, just like colors. I mean, it really does
Wow.
enhance like your aura. And I'm, you know, I
Yeah.
understand that we are energy, you guys. We are
Right?
energy.
Like, is this a 1976 Ferrari Testarossa or
Right?
a GFA?
I know. We don't know. We just don't
We
know.
literally don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely inspired by it. But I love anything that fits the body because I'm curvy. I can't really wear like loose items
Yeah.
because loose makes you look not It just doesn't enhance those curves.
Oh my God. And yes, you better enhance them because I look like a young yoga boy. So for my curves, there's not much I can do.
Wow. I know. Oh my God, you taught us so much about fashion.
Oh yeah.
I know. See, thank you guys so much. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
I'm sorry, Artifact.
Thank you, Clarice.
Don't play.
We'll see you soon though, right?
Yes, at Clarice69. Follow me on Instagram. You better.
We are back on Get It Girl. Next, we're gonna see the amazing actress Teresa Ruiz, who plays a very scary narco in the newest Narcos Mexico. Check it out.
I love that your character is like breaking the patriarchy in the cartel. Like she's one of the first females on putting the foot down in there. How was
the heel down.
Exactly,
Bam.
the heel down, not the foot down. I like that. How was to play that role? And I know you were inspired by, it's a fictional character, but it was inspired by Sandra,
Yes.
right? So tell me a little bit about that.
About the inspiration or just playing the character in general?
Playing the character and how you shape it and like who inspire you and yes.
Yeah. I think the character is inspired in Sandra Ávila Beltrán, and the writers, they do this incredible work of research, and then they put together ideas, and then they create a fictional character. That's how mine worked. But I feel like I was mostly inspired, or the core of how I what I created Isabella with was the struggle that we as women go through in society and in the workplace, because that's something that I could relate. So it was important for me, you see, because this character could be so flamboyant, and she had the clothes, and she had the hair, and she had the period. It was like there was so much, the jewels, that I felt if I didn't have something close to the heart, it would be lost. So it was that I worked with how we struggle to come up in society just to feel safe and to feel that we belong and to feel that we can have a part in society. And our fight might look very aggressive or violent because we're not used to seeing women fighting for power, but it's just for the basic rights, to be able to have an opportunity to create, or to feel like you're your own boss, or just not to be harassed or not to be physically abused. There's like basic things that we don't have that we have to fight extra for.
Bueno, chicos, esto es todo por hoy. Don't forget to follow us on Get It Girl TV and LA TV Network. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.